There are two worlds: the visible world, the world of noise, oversharing, and desperate displays, and the invisible world, the quiet networks of influence, wealth, and legacy. The difference between them is not money alone. It is language. The elite operate by codes, silent codes. They rarely announce their rules, but they live by them. And those who know these codes are recognized instantly as belonging. Those who do not are marked as outsiders, no matter how much money they hold. These codes are subtle, invisible to the untrained eye, but they shape power more than any spoken law. They are the difference between being admired for a moment and being respected for a lifetime. So what are these silent codes? The first code is silence itself. Among the elite, silence is currency. Outsiders fill conversations with noise. Insiders listen. They measure. They let others reveal themselves first. The woman who embraces silence radiates composure and control. Every pause becomes strategy. Every withheld word multiplies her value. Why does silence work? Because humans are uncomfortable with it. When you refuse to rush to fill the air, others scramble. They reveal too much. They try too hard. And while they unravel, you remain poised. Silence becomes your weapon. The second code is discretion. Elite circles survive on secrecy. What is shared in private remains there. Those who gossip are exiled. The woman who carries herself with discretion signals trustworthiness. She never betrays confidence, never overshares, never flaunts what she knows. Discretion builds an aura of security around her, and in a world of leaks and betrayals, that aura is priceless. The third code is subtlety. The elite never scream their value. They signal it. A cut of fabric, a choice of words, a gesture at the table. Outsiders buy status in logos. Insiders embody it through timeless restraint. Subtlety tells those in the know, she belongs. It also tells outsiders, you will never fully understand me. The fourth code is composure under pressure. Power attracts conflict, but the elite do not flinch in storms. They do not raise their voices. They do not scramble in panic. Composure is the mark of someone whose foundation cannot be shaken, and when you radiate composure, you are read as untouchable. The fifth code is scarcity of access. Elite women are never everywhere. They are not accessible to all. They are selective. Their presence is rare. Their attention limited. This scarcity magnifies their value. The more others chase, the more carefully they withhold. The sixth code is legacy thinking. Everything is measured, not by the moment, but by the decades. Elite women ask, how will this choice echo? How will this gesture last? Their patience gives them authority. The rest of the world burns itself out in short-term games. She plays for eternity. These are the 6 silent codes. But the true mastery is not just knowing them. It is embodying them so naturally that others feel them without explanation. Let us dive deeper into how they work in practice. Imagine you are at a gathering. Most people are competing for attention, talking loudly, forcing their presence. But you, the woman of the silent codes, speak little. You ask precise questions, then listen. You reveal almost nothing, and slowly, others lean closer. They wonder what you know. They try to impress you. They adjust themselves to your pace. That is the code of silence. Later, someone tries to bait you into gossip. They share a secret, fishing for more. But you smile faintly, change the subject, and reveal nothing. That single act tells the room, you are trustworthy. Your name will be spoken with respect long after you leave. That is the code of discretion. At dinner, your gestures are small but deliberate. You never rush, never fidget. Your words are chosen with care. You are not desperate to dominate the table, yet when you speak, others listen. You wear timeless attire, not loud but impeccable. Outsiders cannot explain why they remember you, but insiders know instantly. That is the code of subtlety. Conflict arises. A man raises his voice, slamming his hand on the table. The room shifts, tension rising. But you, composed, still, wait. You let the noise burn itself out. Then, in a calm tone, you speak a single sentence, and suddenly the fire dies down. Your calmness becomes the authority. That is the code of composure. Later, someone asks to see you again, to draw you into their circle immediately, but you delay. You are not always available. Access to you is not cheap, and because of this, their desire to include you multiplies. Scarcity becomes your magnet. That is the code of access, and as you live by these codes, you begin to think beyond today. You refuse to be cheapened by desperation. You move with patience, with long vision, with legacy in mind. And because of this, you appear eternal, not temporary. That is the code of legacy. Now reflect. How many of these codes do you already embody? How often do you flood the world with noise instead of silence? How often do you chase attention instead of conserving it? How often do you betray your own aura with desperation? The silent codes are powerful because they require no announcement. You do not tell people you live by them. You show it in the way you move, the way you reveal, the way you withhold. And here is the final truth. Outsiders scream to be seen. Insiders whisper, and the world leans in. When you carry the silent codes of the elite, you become untouchable. You belong to no one's crowd, because crowds adjust to you. You do not shout, you do not beg, you do not chase. You let silence speak, you let scarcity glow, and you let time prove you immortal. That is the mark of the elite. And once you embody these codes, you will never again be ordinary, because the world will know, without a single word, that you are one of them.